You're not motivated? You're struggling to pay the bills. I buy cars weekly. There's people out here with $100,000 to spend on dinner. And you're struggling to pay your bills and you're not motivated? You want me to come along and convince you to try? Are you one of those people who just deserve serfdom? Look yourself in the mirror. Look yourself in the eyes.
And a poor person comes up to me and they go, oh, I can't pay my bills. You know what I think? I think I did it. All those times I was working and you were asleep. All those times I never gave up. All those times I educated myself. How hard I was with myself. And you know what you did? You laid in bed. I don't feel sorry for you.
When this video ends, whatever you choose to do, get up and go for a run, log into Hub like a nerd, jerk off, why are you doing that? You have to sit and understand why. Because if you start to understand why, you'll understand that you don't really want to live in the city you live in. You don't want to drive the car you drive. Why are you driving? Because it's the only one you can afford, not because it's the one you want. Why are you with the girl you're with? Oh, I love her. Why do you love her? Think about it. Do you really love her? Or is it just convenience? Has she been around for a while? Perhaps you love her because no other girls reply to your messages. Perhaps you have no other choices. If you did, you might do something better.
You don't want money tomorrow. You want it today. Tomorrow it's harder to make. The mountain is growing. You want it now. Because the days of waiting, the days of thinking it's going to get better, the days of thinking someone's coming to save us, the days of believing in politics, the days in believing if you sit down and you work hard and you save up, it's all going to be okay. All of those doors to a life worth living are permanently shut. They are never coming back. It is done. You are impatient. As the plane plummets towards the earth, you need to find a parachute now. You can't find a parachute in 20 minutes. You need one now before you die. If you truly understand what I'm saying to you, promise it to the universe that you're an impatient, instant action taker, because those are the only ones who are going to survive.
Your procrastination is nothing more but a declaration to God that you don't respect the time you are given because you believe you'll have more time to do it later. Who says you'll have later? All of the people who died today thought they had a later. They didn't have one. You will run out of time. You've been alive for 20-something years and you don't even matter on the planet. You don't appear on Google. Nobody cares about you. And you're assuming you have a later?
The world is speeding up. And I, as a professional, even though I am monumentally more successful than you, feel like I am running out of time. Because as things get quicker, time becomes more valuable. Things that used to take a decade to transgress are now happening very, very quickly. Technology is ensuring it. Only 3 years ago, you were locked in your house, G. You were allowed out. And you've forgotten already because so many things have happened since. Things are happening quicker and quicker, faster and faster. You have to act with speed. The 1980s, if they sit and say, you can go to university and you can spend 4 years and you can get a degree and then you get a good job. It's only 4 years. It's worth it to set up your future. But nowadays, when you say 4 years to somebody, 4 years, 4 years ago hadn't even appeared yet. Do you have 4 years to spend to get a degree to then apply for a job and be in monumental debt? You don't have the time. 4 years now is worth 20 years in the past. You have to be looking to act quickly. If you have a plan that involves anything longer than 3 months of time for you to get rich, it's not a plan, it's a dream. If your plan is to get a mortgage and pay off your mortgage across 20 years and then you'll be financially secure, it's a dream. You have to pray you don't get in a car crash. You have to pray World War III doesn't happen. You have to pray so many things don't happen. You have to be so monumentally lucky to pull that off. And even if you pull it off, you're not going to be rich. If your plan is to go to university and get a degree and spend 4 years and study and get in debt and then apply and then get a job and then maybe when I'm 36, I'll have some money. That's not a plan. You need a plan to make money today because things are happening faster and faster. Who knows what's going to happen next week? We're literally discussing World War III all over the timeline permanently. You need money now. The middle class is wiped out. It becomes have-nots and have-yots, Bentleys and pennies. You have to make a choice, decide which team you want to be on. But if you want to make the smart decision, if you want to be geographically free, make money from outside of the matrix, understand that you're going to be a harder target to hurt regardless of what happens in this crazy world, if you want to change the way your life is going, if you want to change your trajectory today and start making money right now, you can do so.
2025 has been a monumental disappointment on nearly every level. It has disappointed us, but you are better than that. The devil will not demoralize you. You will not give up. You will not sit and believe it is impossible. Everybody else around you will cower and fail. You are better than that. You are not a crab in a bucket. You're a full-grown fucking man. And if you want to win, you need to win today. You need to get rich now. I don't know how else to put it in simple language. You need to panic, stop sleeping, feel nervous, get worried, and get rich now. You have shit to do. What do you mean festival? You have things to do. You have to escape slavery. Maybe all the poor people who go, I don't want to be poor, I've tried hard, are
lying. And if you get to know these people, they're not even nice people. And they snake their friends, and they lie, and they cheat, because good people who work hard seem to always win.
When I hear people say, oh, it's hard, or I don't have time, etc., all you're doing is telling me you're a loser.
You have no excuse to not make money. All you have to do is try.
Most people go through their entire adult life without trying 100% hardly ever. Even when you go to the gym, you don't try 100%. Do you really try 100% with work? It's a bad habit to spend time and waste it. It's a bad habit to go, oh, I tried. Yeah, at least I went. It's going that matters. If you're going to do it right. There's no point in half doing anything. You may as well have not done it at all.
What's the point in doing anything if you're not going to do your best? And it's amazing how things can translate. If you do your best in one thing, it can radiate out across your entire life. As a man, when you upgrade your life and you become a better man, by extension, you automatically improve the lives of all of your friends, of your children, of your woman. We radiate. But putting in that extra effort pays off. And you can look at it spiritually. You can be philosophical about it and say that God rewards people who try hard. God is literally looking at all of us, and he's saying, all these people I've created, he's saying, who's thankful enough for what they have, that they're trying their absolute best with it all of the time. It's amazing what comes your way.
Most of you are not actively building a future, and then you expect it to just appear. Your future is the result of your daily actions. What have you done today which is going to positively affect the outcome of your future? You need to cultivate a lifestyle which is going to endlessly give you fire inside of your heart so that you never struggle with motivation ever again. You have to go out there and do things. It's extremely important that you show God that you deserve it.
If you're the kind of person who deserves a good life and works their ass off and genuinely wants it and tries very hard, guess what you get 99% of the time? A good life. The universe is pretty fair and pretty balanced. I've yet to meet somebody who gets up every day, does what they're supposed to do, works hard, goes to the gym, makes their money, looks after it, is sensible, doesn't blow it, who then fails. You may want something, but you certainly don't deserve it, and that's why you don't have it.
One of the largest plagues we have in the world today is a lack of action amongst people, and deciding not to act is an action in and of itself. And that's the only philosophy you need for life. If you want something to move, you have to move it. If you sit and wait for somebody else to move it, you're a coward. And that's why I don't understand when a lot of people who see where the world is going and see the future that's going to be laid out for their children kind of just hope and pray.
Success ain't free. They ain't passing out money, man. Ain't nobody sending none to your house. That ain't how this works. You got to go get it. Being successful is not an accident. You know what I can't stand when I hear Christians say, if it was the Lord's will, I would have had some money by now. No. You can't dump that on God. God's will is that you prosper. He said faith without works is dead. I'm just asking you, man, to try something new. Now, you might not want this life. You might not want what it takes to get here. But if you want this life, you got to put in your work.
Everything in life that is valuable must be earned. Peace of mind must be earned. Happiness must be earned. When I look at the lives of people who tell me they're depressed, I look at them and think, you know what? If I was you, I'd be fucking depressed. Because your life is shit. But whose fault is that? The thing that makes a good man a man is that he does what he doesn't want to do. He doesn't want to work and he works anyway. He doesn't want to get up, he gets up anyway. That's the whole point of it. We didn't want to die on the Titanic. Guess what happened? So when a man sits there and says, oh, but you don't understand, I'm struggling with motivation. If you are struggling with the motivation to be a winner, then stay a fucking loser. As a man, you have a burden of performance. As a man, you shouldn't be waking up going, how do I get happy? As a man, you wake up and say, okay, how do I perform? You know, and happiness will come at the end of the performance anyway. If you're unhappy with your life and you're depressed, I don't expect you to be popping pills and sitting laying in bed. I expect you to give me a huge list of everything you're achieving per day. You can outrun depression. Happy or sad, the push-ups must be done. It's called duty, it's called honor, it's called pride. This infantile mindset that we're all supposed to be like we were when we were 3 years old. And ooh, something shiny, laugh all the time, run around in circles, ooh, a cardboard box. We're grown-ups and we have responsibilities, and you don't necessarily have to be happy to perform.
The struggle and the size of the struggle you're facing, along with how important it is and how important you feel it is deep in your heart, is directly correlated to how successful and how happy you're going to feel all of the time. Solving those problems lead to a positive place. Once you become addicted to it, you're going to become a machine of monumental achievement. You need goals and resistance and something to fight against to live well. If you only have joy all of the time and no pain, you are not going to be happy. You need discipline. You need things to do which are going to benefit you and the others around you. You need obligations, and you need performance metrics. You don't need to be waking up thinking about fun. You're not important. Nobody knows who you are. You're not physically strong. You're not financially wealthy. You have bigger concerns. Hey, what are we going to do this weekend? We need to have some fun. Really? Have you actually gone out there in the universe and made a mark large enough that you're allowed some time off to have some fun? You don't deserve any fun. You don't need any fun. You have work to do.
How do you feel? I feel busy. Yeah, but are you happy? I'm busy. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm busy. Why is any of the other men watching this waking up each day if they're not trying to get strong, get rich, and fight their enemies? What the fuck you waking up for? What are you waking up for if you're not thinking, I need to be stronger, I need to be richer, and I need to engage the enemy? What do you want to do? You want to go on a boat and then take Instagram pictures and talk about how you're a boss? You should hit the gym. You should get as strong as possible. You should then decide you need to make some money.
For a man, your contentment will come from your purpose, and it will come from your competence, and it will come from succeeding objectives. It will come from completing difficult things that other people cannot complete. It will never come from the easily accessible hedonism. You're unhappy because you're trying to have fun instead of trying to become important. And you're never going to feel satisfied in your heart unless you become important. Difficult lives are fulfilling because we used to have to hunt and fish and go through difficulty to survive. And I often see that when I speak to people who are too comfortable, they end up being unhappy. You must earn happiness. You must climb a mountain. You must struggle yourself to happiness. That's extremely important. There must be physical, mental, social, some kind of spiritual struggle. And those things being satisfied is what's going to satisfy you. The only other alternative to that, to feel good, is hedonism. And that's not going to satisfy you for very long. And it's also going to destroy your life.
God decides who gets what, and it's very simple. I have never seen somebody in my entire life want something and not get it. The universe will make you big, strong, famous, and rich. You can have everything you've ever desired if you actually want it. But if you don't actually want it, it's not going to give it to you because you cannot fool the universe and you cannot fool God. Everyone wants things. Wanting things is not the same as being dedicated towards something. Dedication is action. It doesn't matter. Everyone wants shit. When you dedicate yourself to something, only then will God give it to you. So unless you hate being broke, you'll never be rich. And I'll tell you why. Because poor people will say, man, I really want to be rich. And then for 3 days, they'll try. But the majority of the time, they're actually happy being broke. So they only feel temporarily motivated to escape the trap. But most of the time, they're happy to be exactly where they are, which is why they'll stay exactly where they are. They don't hate being broke. I had permanent insomnia when I was poor. I was like, there must be a way. So unless you hate being poor, you're not going to love being rich enough to ever get there. So people sit and they try and conflate the issue to avoid the hard work because they're cowards or they're lazy. And they sit there and go, oh, there must be some other way. There isn't. And even if there was, the hard workers would have found it and they'd be doing it with hard work applied on top anyway. So it still wouldn't work for a fucking loser.
Isn't simplicity beautiful to say, the world is so complicated, but if I go to the gym and I lift this weight, I get stronger? Isn't that enough? For you to wake up and think, I'm going to dedicate myself and I'm going to train and I'm going to get stronger tomorrow because I trained today. And I didn't want to train, but I did it anyway. And now I'm stronger than I was. And that is 100% definitively true. No maybes, no buts. It is a fact. I can force this outcome. You should be sitting here saying, okay, if I go out and party tonight, 10 things can happen. I can get in a fight and die. I can meet a beautiful woman and she can break my heart and waste my time. I can get drunk for no reason. I can have a great time, etc. There's a whole bunch of outcomes. But if you say I go to the gym and I lift those weights, what happens? I get stronger. It's a forced move and it's a universal truth. I am going to try, as I optimize my life, to not only always look for forced moves, but also to be looking for the truth of all things. And I think that's what I love so much about competition. Who's better? Search for truth is a very beautiful thing.